Hi, my name's Chris McKee, and today we'll be looking at what is PRISM and what do we know about it. Before we go too much further in this presentation, there's some key terms that you need to get your head around, particularly Five Eyes, which refers to an intelligence sharing cooperative between the US, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. Signals intelligence, which is information that can be obtained from electronic signals. This can be the internet, communication satellites, and so on. And I've also listed the agencies around the world that are responsible for collecting such information. Just a brief history about PRISM. So PRISM is a top secret intelligence collection platform developed by the NSA. Its existence came to light in 2013 when Edward Snowden leaked a number of classified reports and presentations to the media. According to the disclosure, the program had been in existence since 2007 in response to the Protect America Act under the Bush administration. So what does PRISM do? PRISM allows the NSA to grab information from the servers of the listed service providers below, which includes such companies like Microsoft and Google, Skype and Apple, and grab any information that's stored on those servers. So this can range from emails, videos, any other sort of file transfer, whatever's stored is available to them. So how then do they actually get hold of that information? Okay, so PRISM is governed by the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act of 1978, incorporating amendments from 2007. The Act itself establishes the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court. So what happens is the NSA will generate some search terms. They will then generate that into an application for a Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act warrant under Section 702. They'll go to the court will review it. If successful, they'll push the warrant, issue the warrant to the service provider, and the information will be retrieved back. Note that PRISM doesn't give direct access to the US service provider servers. However, there is probably some mechanism now in place to allow the information to transfer backwards and forwards from the particular agency. Please note that PRISM can only be used against foreign targets in the United States. It can't be used directly on US citizens. However, incidental collection is allowed to happen, i.e., it's a message to a US citizen from a foreign target. So what does this mean for Australians? Essentially, the Australian government is aware of the program and disclosed that they are aware of the program. However, they do consider the program to be lawful in the United States. Australian collection is governed by strict legislative and policy requirements, as indicated on the slide. However, there's likely some incidental usage of PRISM that comes out. Informants have indicated that intelligence derived from PRISM is passed along to other Five Eyes nations when there's a threat to that particular country. Furthermore, GCHQ in the UK has been implicated in using PRISM to bypass their own surveillance laws. In conclusion, unless the messages or files stored on the service provider's servers are encrypted, PRISM can be utilised to read them. It's likely that the US can and have been using PRISM to target Australians. Australia has acknowledged the program, however, its involvement in the program remains classified. The Australian government has indicated that they believe that the current legislative and policy requirements for surveillance within Australia will protect Australians. Incidental usage has been occurring by the US passing on information to Five Eyes nations without maybe disclosing the sources if they believe there's a threat against that country. GCHQ in the UK has been implicated for using PRISM to bypass their own surveillance laws, so it's easy to assume that other Five Eyes nations will have access to the program and have been using it against foreign targets.